Hey guys, it's Beast here with another KCVDS dual CyberDarks, as you can see in the title, but I'm going to actually talk about my Yu-Gi-Oh history, deck history, and what I've played over the years, or, I guess years. Um, so I first got in the game from, it was about Magic Ruler, or Spell Ruler as it's called now. Um, so my deck was basically beat down. They didn't have archetypes back then. They do now. Um, so it was beat down. Me and my brother and I, we basically had pretty similar decks. I played beat down up until just before the GX came out. So, um, or around then. Yeah, I think my brother used some Elementus Heroes in his deck or something. But I took a break up into around Stardust Overdrive, so that was a long ways off. Um, NF Monk or Broken Glass got me back in the game. Um, Went to his house to duel him the first time been at his house, and I asked him, "Do you mind if I had all these band cards? I had Monster Born, I had Premature Burial and stuff in my deck," and he's like, "No, I don't mind." Maybe like the third turn, he's like, "Okay, we're taking all those band cards out." That was kind of funny, but so it was beat down and didn't have any consistency. He was using plants and Stardust Assault mode or something. So my first deck was a DD Millburn. Get Necrophrace out of play, burn them with what was it, DD Dynamite, and summon Grenmaju Garzet or something. Grenmaju Daiza actually. Yeah, Grenmaju Daiza. Um, and then once Necrophrace got limited to one, I changed to CyberDarks. CyberDarks were the coolest thing. I thought they were they were so cool. I would actually want to make them right now if I didn't already sell all my playsets of each. But I basically dropped CyberDarks after I lost to an 8-year-old. He wasn't actually an 8-year-old, but he was like maybe 12. But he had a horrible deck. There was no consistency. He basically had 5 back row the entire game, and I'd summon Dark Armed. He bottomed this. I'd summon Cyberdark Dragon, and he compulsed it. I couldn't do anything the whole game, and he actually won after he summoned Beast Machine thing, whatever, I don't even know. It was like 3,000 attack. I couldn't do anything. So after that, I'm feeling pretty depressed. I was like, this deck is a piece of crap. But I actually really like it. This is before the communities came out, so I decided to make because I thought, yeah, I wasn't around for Teledad era, so I don't really know what that was like, but I've heard it was pretty bad. So, I was using, I switched over to a Monarch Synchro, and from there, I morphed it with my Lightsworn deck that I had made, but I didn't have JD at the time because JD was still 60. So I combined to make Monarch Sworn, mill Dandelion, and tribute those dandelions and stuff like that. And eventually that Monarch Sworn morphed into a version of Pro Winston's Petco deck. And eventually, it actually wasn't that long, it was maybe the last year, I decided, this deck sucks. It was not consistent at all, so I made it Pure Lightsworn. And eventually that Pure Lightsworn, I had JD came out finally as gold, so I could afford it. I morphed into Twilight, which was my current deck up until about 3 or 4 weeks ago. And I decided to take apart because it was pretty boring and had a lot of good cards in there. So I took it apart. It was boring to play. I didn't like milling, and well, I never got tired of milling, but yeah, I mean it just wasn't fun. It got boring, so I decided to take that apart. And then I focused on my plants. My Nutrient Monarch, I'll probably have a link maybe somewhere around. Yeah, so that's up until now, and over the years I've had many side decks. I've had aliens. I've had my Gravekeeper Dark World. I've had Black Wings. I've had Micro Synchro. I've had Spellcasters. Those are all decks I've made as side decks and stuff. I had Blackwings, but I gave all my Blackwings to Cool Carl 222. So he wants to make a Blackwing deck. So and I don't know why I did that. Yeah. So that's my deck history. Hope you enjoyed my story and the duel, and enjoy the rest of the duel. Thanks, guys.